Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Cat Chat. Today we are going to be reviewing two personal evap coolers. The first one is this one. It is called the Evachill. And the other one is this one, the As Seen on TV Arctic Chill. So we're going to go through the features of each one, go through and I'll let you know which one I liked better, which one worked better for what reasons, and we'll discuss all of that. So let's take a look. All right, so first let's take a look at the Evachill. All right, so I looked at a lot of different evap coolers, personal evap coolers, the small ones, just to see, what the reviews were and sort of get a start from there. So this one had some mixed reviews. I personally liked the small, compact, portable design of this one. Some of the things that people complained on this one were leaking, not being cold enough, and the filter got dirty fast. Well, here's what I found. It did not leak for me at all. In fact, I felt very confident having this next to my laptop and having it on during the day. So that was not an issue for me. As far as it being cold, I found it to be very cold. I am in Seattle, so that, we have a little bit more humidity here, but it still worked really well for me. And as far as the filter being dirty, you're really going to need to use purified water when you fill this up with water. And I think that's probably the difference for the people that complained about the filter not being or lasting very long. You do have to replace this filter about every 6 months, depending on how much you use it. And that filter replacement is $29 on Amazon. The unit itself ran $97. All right, so I want to show you real quick where you put the water in this one. This is the handle that you kind of pull out here. And then it comes with this little funnel. And you just pour the water right in here. And I'm not going to fill the whole thing up right now for demonstrating purposes, but it holds about a quart of water. And then you just close that back up, so it kind of covers up that hole and makes me feel really confident that it's not going to leak, even when I moved it around. So this one comes with a 5-foot cord, which is great. Now, the other thing that I really loved about this is that it has a USB port, so you can either plug this into a brick, like you would a phone, and plug it into the wall, or you can take this camping and plug it into like a phone bank, a battery bank that you would use to charge your phone. So it makes it very portable. I also, while I was sitting here at my desk, plugged this into my laptop USB port, and that worked wonderful. You do have to have your laptop plugged into the wall, though. It can't just run off the battery of the laptop. So as far as how long the water in here lasted, I ran it during the night for the longest period of time. And so I can't say exactly for sure, but it seems like it lasted about 6 or 7 hours because there were still a few drops left when I woke up in the morning. So it lasts quite a while. But the great thing is when the water runs out, it just runs as a personal fan after that. And that also has an awful lot of power and kept me cool. So it's really lightweight. It's designed to cool off a room that's about 10 by 10. But again, it's not an air conditioning unit, so it's going to also depend on the humidity level where you live. But I did put this on high just to see how far it's going to blow air. And I, measured how far I could feel the air blowing on me. And I was back 13 feet and I could still feel it blowing. In fact, I held up a piece of paper to make sure it wasn't my imagination to see if the paper moved, and you could still feel that air. So that's quite a bit. Now this one, you can take the filter and freeze it ahead of time, and that also adds to the cooling effect. And you want to be sure you're putting nice cold water in here. Now this one, it's a little bit difficult to add ice because that hole is pretty small, so you'd have to have some pretty small ice cubes to fit in there. One other nice feature of this is that it has the changing, you can change the direction of the airflow on this. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on so you can see about how loud it is. I found this to be pretty quiet compared to the other one. It also has a cool feature that has a night light on the side, which you can choose to have on or off. That turns it on. And then let's go ahead and turn on the fan. That's low. Now we're on medium. Sorry, that's medium. And now we're on high. So you can see that's not very, very loud. So all right, we're going to go ahead and shut that off. And we're going to move on to the next one, and then I'll compare the two. Okay, so this one is the Arctic Chill. Now this one, the reason I decided to try this one is it was actually gifted to me shortly after I purchased the other one. But it was brand new, had never really been used, so I decided this would be a great comparison. So some of the complaints that I read about online with this one were that it leaks, that it's loud, and the nightlight doesn't go off. And I'm going to show you the nightlight feature here in just a minute because it's actually kind of cool. But as far as leaking, I did find that to be true. When I did not feel comfortable moving this around, I wouldn't want it next to my laptop. I did find that it leaked a little bit through the vents here. And also if you're carrying it, the water kind of sloshes around if you have it full. So this one, not nearly as portable, and it leaks. As far as being loud, that's a big yes. This one is much louder than the other one. So if you're bothered by noise and you're listening to it at night, that's going to bother you. So let's go to the nightlight feature. And for this one, I need to turn off the lights because you're going to want to see it. So first we're going to turn it on. You can hear that's pretty loud. But the night light, you can actually change colors, which is kind of cool. I'm going to turn that off because it is so loud. Now, even though that's cool that you can change the colors, the thing that's not so cool is you cannot turn that light off altogether. Now, despite the website saying that you can turn it off all the way, I tried every which way and I cannot get it to turn off all the way. And those were the reviews that I found as well. Other people couldn't shut it off all the way either. So if that ambient light bothers you at night, this isn't going to be the right choice for you either because you can't turn it off, whereas with the other one you can turn it off. So this one doesn't hold nearly as much water. This one, you're going to pour the water right in the top here, just like that. Again, we're not going to spend time filling it all the way up. This one only holds about a cup of water. So it only lasts a couple of hours before you need to replace the water. Now, one of the pluses of this one is that the filter is reusable, and you can actually, it's dishwasher safe, which is pretty cool. So you're not going to have to spend extra money on replacing the filter on this one. And this unit on Amazon costs $37. This one has a little bit longer of a cord as well. It's a 5.5-foot cord. But the bummer about this one is no USB port. This one does need to be plugged into the wall. So this one's not going to be portable. You can't take it camping unless you have an actual outlet. Which you're not likely to have out in the woods. So that is the downside of this one. One of the other things I did like about this one is it's very easy to add ice. You can open this up and just throw some ice cubes in here. Where the other one, as I mentioned, it was very hard to add ice. But be sure you're adding fresh, clean, distilled water or purified water. You don't want to use tap water in here because it will muck up your machine and the filter. So between the two, I'm going to go ahead and bring them both back up here. I really like them both for various reasons. I really liked the nightlight on this one. I like that you can change the colors, and I like having that little bit of light in my room for when I have to get up in the night to use a restroom or whatever. They both have this adjustable fan so that you can change the direction of the fan. I really like that this one is portable. This one does come with the much higher price tag of $97. As far as performance-wise goes, this one, same thing. I was able to, oops, I accidentally turned that on. I was able to feel the cold air blowing on me across the room at about 13 feet, still using that paper as a tester to make sure that it was actually moving air, and it is. Some of the complaints about both of them were that it did not cool as expected. But again, this is not an air conditioner. It's not a big commercial evap cooler. This is a small personal evap cooler meant to cool a small space. It's perfect for sitting at your desk or at your bedside, but it's not going to cool off your entire apartment or your whole home or anything. It's definitely meant for a small space. I have about a 630 square foot apartment, and I found that it kept the area that I was sitting in cool. It definitely did not cool the entire apartment, just the space that I was sitting in. And frankly, when I had it sitting on, I didn't set this one on my desk because, again, the water leaking. But this one sitting on my desk, I found I had to turn it off because it was quite cold. And we are having a heat wave here, so I know everybody thinks Seattle is cold all the time, but it was like 90 degrees here, and nobody has air conditioning. So when it's approaching 90 in your apartment, it's pretty warm. But I have had to turn it down because it was pretty cold. So I say between the two of them, I definitely prefer spending the extra money for the Evachill. I think it's worth the extra money to not worry about it leaking. And I liked that you can turn the night light off if you prefer that. And most of all, it is so much more portable. And with the USB port, that is a win for me. If you're on a budget and you would like to save a little bit of money, I think this one cools equally as well. And it comes with a much smaller price tag, and you don't have to be replacing the filters. So really, they're both great units. It just really depends on whether or not you want to have it portable or not. It really depends on your needs and, of course, your budget. So both thumbs up on both of those for me for different reasons. And I'm going to provide a link for both of these down below. And it's important to know that I am not being paid by either of these companies to review these products. By providing the links for the Amazon, if you decide to buy it on Amazon using my link, I will get a very small percentage, a few cents, and I appreciate that. So be sure to use my link if you decide to buy one, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I very much appreciate you taking the time to listen to this, and I hope it helps. Anyway, until next time, I hope you have an amazing day. You know y'all deserve it. Mwah.